yes, and then all of a sudden I'll take off a woof, scorch all the interior of the boat.
What about didn't you have a little problem putting lead in the bottom of the boat?
Oh shit!
That's a fucking beauty.
That's a beauty. What happened was we had to rate. We're rating the boat and we couldn't get it to rate, so we had to put lead in the bottom. So Digby, what we've got to do is we've got to buy some lead ingots, put them in the bottom of the boat so we can do an experiment. He said, no, I know exactly what we need. So he said, I'm going to get some lead shot, you know, from the bloody gun factory. And I'm going to get you guys, just put some resin in it, so it's all going to go off, polyester resin. So anyway, he said, Digby, this is not a fucking good idea. He said, no, that's what I'm doing. So, oh no, tons of fucking lead shot. And anyway, so Digby come along and put polyester resin. You know, when you mix up polyester resin, so the thing is just starts to smoke. So we put the least hard that we could possibly put in, poured it in there, but all of a sudden, like, we had a fucking fire on our hands, you know? We were starting to smoke and we were rushing back up into the service station, dropping ice on top of it. So anyway, we put those flames out, and anyway, the next day we rated the boat, and it was all wrong. we put too much lead in. So Digby said to us, "We're going to take it out," and I said, "Digby, you can get fucked. I am not taking it out." So he got his son down there with a jackhammer. Going, and anyway, all of a sudden he struck water, and water came in, but it was the water from the ice, you know. Fuck yeah. And we hadn't even left New Zealand. We left New Zealand and it was blowing a howling easterly, like 35, 40, and we put a new bulb on the boat, and that bulb was a fucking classic as well. I went, yeah, we did that. Anyway, we left New Zealand, remember that, Campbell?
Yeah.
Like, it was just fucking howling, it was hard on the wind to Tahiti. We said, Debbie, why don't we delay it till tomorrow? No, we're leaving. You know, there were hundreds of people down there. And we never tested the boat with a bulb on, so we left beating down the Motive Channel. Heads were flying off. All the diesel tanks burst inside the boat.
This is the boat you built?
This is the boat, yeah, and we got to Digby, we're going to be non-stop to Panama, and we got 40 miles down the coast of Great Barrier. Then we went to Tahiti, no motors are working, there's another story. Then we went to Marquesa Islands, and then Panama. Fucking
do the film on this guy's life. It just couldn't be possible.
No, it is impossible. People think I'm bullshitting.
He's not. It's unbelievable. Remember, Digby painted the inside of the boat, didn't he?
Yeah,
pink paint, and with he decided to do it himself. Mixed the paint.
Boat's upside down.
Boat's upside down. He's got a dust mask on, and he paints the inside of the boat. And he comes out. He's got paper suit and everything. He's got pink hands. And he's got a pink head.
Yeah, but he sits in the hatchway before he did that and lights a cigarette. And we're all running out the door.
And he gets a bucket and underneath the 40-gallon drum of acetone, fills it up and sticks his head in it. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Anyway, we had the boat hole finished, you know, and anyway, the boat was built up the right way. No, we turned it halfway through anyway. That was a different method of construction. But, well, I won't go into those yet, but that's another story. But what he did was, we're in this great big ship. Usually you wheel a boat outside, get a crane in and roll it over. I'm not paying for a crane. So he hooks it up to the rafters. And we had a guy who was quite a good designer, and a guy, Harold Evans, who was sort of the project manager, and he came to Digby and said, Digby, if you hoist it up in that, I am leaving. So Digby said, okay, you can leave. So anyway, he hoisted it up, and the roof went. You heard this big bang, and you know those steel structure, and they have those tie rods. They all went slack, and we all rushed outside. The boat dropped about a metre. It didn't break it didn't pull the roof in though.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I'll tell you, after the race,
Yeah, you have to turn these out, yeah.
Suggesting we will have plenty more breeze than you're seeing right now. We also have to go short course at any location around the race course, and we'll take the appropriate action at that time.
how long to go, Kibble?
15 minutes first start. We've got 10 minutes to our warning.
Okay guys, plug the one in.